forgot about this bit. Ooh, cold outside. Hey, way. There we are. Well, guys and girls, I was going to say I hope you all had enjoyed the inside. I've already done the inside and I'm doing the outside of the church now, as is my want, or won't. But yeah, I'm just going to pause you a minute while I put my hat and scarf on because it's viciously cold. There we are. Oh, do bundle up, it's awfully cold outside. Right, exterior and churchyard time now. I've already done the inside, very impressive. This is a Wren Church that people have been worshipping on this site though for 1500 years. And yeah, that church was, the very old church was burned in the fire, like so many, then replaced by this one, which is a Wren Church. That in itself was destroyed or severely damaged in the Second World War, restored to what you're going to see in a minute, which ain't half bad, guys and girls, I tell you that. Very impressive. Yeah, this won't take long. The old bell. Snap. There we are. We're in a very historic area at the moment, so. And this one here is the Crown and Sugarloaf. Lots of pubs in London. More pubs in the city of London survive than they do in the East End of London, that's for sure. But yeah. How's that not bad, what? And London has lots of little courtways and alleys and things like that, which I rather like. And the reason I always come and look at things, and I didn't know about this, the body of Margaret, ye wife of M.B. Nicholas Holgan, was buried on ye... oh goodness, July 16th, AD 1702. Margaret Halgan, his daughter, was interred 5 years before. Samuel Langley, deceased December 3rd, 1686. I need to get photos of these, don't I? Mr. I or J. Mr. I R E R. Mr. I, and then 3 R's ER. So that's obviously someone's initials, because there's not going to be anyone called Mr. ER. I wouldn't have thought. Well, you never know. WB 91, that'll be 1791 or 1891. ED 1702. I've enjoyed the explore of the church. There's an old gravestone there, look. Only bit I can see is Mrs. Elizabeth Richardson, died the 5th of November 1773, aged 77 years. So that would have been taken from the churchyard, unfortunately. And poor lady's dumped in corner now. with rubbish bags up against her. Yeah, a mighty fine tidy sight it is. What are we around here? A little cafe kind of area. You could easily get lost in London if you don't know. If you're not a Londoner, you will get very lost very quickly. Right. Oh. I'm going to get you round to the front. Then in video world or YouTube, Facebook world, we'll be popping you inside of the church, and then I shall be off to my next location. St Bride's Avenue we're on at the moment, at the Old Ball. And I got very lost my bearings when I was in Spitalfields, thinking that I wasn't too far from Dr. Johnson's house. That was not so. Dr. Johnson's house is actually not too far from here. So there we are. Got their Christmas tree up. It does look very nice, I must admit. It's very festive and it's nice to see this time of the year. Right, so guys and girls, in we go. You're going to be going in. I shall be off to my next location. So enjoy, and I'll see you all later on. Afternoon, ladies and gents, and location number 2 is St Bride's Church. We'll do the outside afterwards. I need to get me inside, I'm freezing. In we go, a Wren Church instructor if ever I saw one. Oh, it's freezing. Very, very cold. Devastated by enemy action on the 20th of December 1940. It was rededicated and rebuilt. It is a Wren Church. And a very impressive one, look. Wow, look. It's very lovely. The side aisles first. The font is over here. There's an interesting couple of characters, isn't they? I wonder who they are. Charity school. The charity school boys and girls. The sculptures fashioned by Clare Waterhouse in 1999 to replace the original marble sculpture represents Virginia Dare, the first child born in the Americas to English parents who were married in this church in 1585. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Check I don't knock anything over. It's lovely and warm in here as well. I am taking photos as well, so photographer. I won't photograph these because they're a bit recent, and I like to try and keep the respect. I'm videoing them, of course, but you know what I mean. some of them. Yeah, St. Wren Church. It's the organ. That's an impressive wee beastie, isn't it? Most impressive. There's that burnt plastic there for some reason. Just a wee teaser. Oh, I nearly walked onto the altar around. Oh, you can go that way. Go around this way. It's a very impressive building, isn't it? So. Whoever did the reconstruction after the war should be rightfully proud of themselves. The different coats of arms. This will be a guild church, I should think. Back out. Yeah, you got some over here as well, look. I believe this may have a crypt as well. I'm not sure if it's chapel or whatnot. I saw a sign. Detail on that. Alright, I'll do this side aisle now. Oh look, there's somewhere behind the altar. Or I won't go, but that's obviously a utilitarian area. A prayer for the media reporting the war in Ukraine. Yeah, because this is the, you know, like Fleet Street, what do you call it? The newspaper type people, the reporters' church and kind of things like that. So. Journalists, that's the one. Two I have to get rid of now, pictures. There's a lot goes into running a page. But I enjoy it, it's very good therapy. General Secretary, look. This is very interesting. We'll photograph them, obviously they are here on show, so to speak. Quality is never as good when you zoom all the way out on this phone. And it does say that in the instruction, well it did say that in the instruction manual thing. It didn't say why, it just said that optimum quality is always best on 1 times zoom rather than 0. There we are. Well, this is obviously a Wren Church, destroyed in the war, rebuilt, like so many. We are now going to go and see the main feature, which is the high altar. Once I've photographed this door, perfect. Here we go. Oh wow, that is really impressive, isn't it? I even sort of not kind of looked at it myself, to be honest with you, at first, because I always tend to do the sides of a church, then the high altar. But yeah, that's rather, yes, isn't it? Zoom in because I'll not get these at the same angle when I move forward. That window will disappear. Like so. I have got probably gonna have hundreds of photos on this phone. And quite a good few dozen hours of video footage too. But I don't mind that. It gives me on a little bit of a break over Christmas, and obviously I don't want the page to go dead, so there'll be plenty of content for you to watch or view in the case of photographs. Move back a bit so I can get the yes. Oh, there we are. Oh, my arms are aching, or my ribs are aching rather, I should say. Oh, get one like that first. And then move over to that side and do the same thing. There we are. You see the beams of light coming down, which is the rays of God, knowledge, love and truth and such like. That's a beautiful piano, isn't it? Look at that. And there you have figures behind the altar as well. They're painted. That's the command. That's the 10 Commandments. That one was, and this one is possibly Aaron. Okay. I was going to say possibly St. Paul, but no. You've got a lovely nativity scene. I'm going to try and get that. That's it. Right. That's the high altar. Now we'll move on to this crypt area. Let's get out of here this way. If we can. Move that way along the sides. There's a massive great big crowd of people behind me, and I don't like it. Not because I don't am bothered by crowds, but because of the recording people thing. Right, and we are on to the crypt now. So this one should be all in one hit. And then the outside as well, so I don't know, maybe part 1 and 2. Yeah, we'll go and have a look at the crypt now. Just going to pause you a sec. There we are. St Bride's Church. Did you know that St Bride's Church is the 8th church on this site? And the Christians have been worshipping here since the late 1500, for the last 1500 years. Oh, that's interesting. We'll photograph that. Off we go down into the crypt. So, ouch, that was my ankle. That's pretty impressive. Sorry. Crypt Chapel and Museum. Free entry. I can't see it all. You've got some lovely pictures of London, look. The Great Fire. And in we go. This may well be a part 1 and 2, possibly, so we'll see. Welcome to the crypt. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Mini Crypt Chapel and exhibition of St Bride's. Oh, this is very interesting. I like anything like this. I don't read all the descriptions myself as I'm going along, because it would take far too long. But when I watch back the videos, I often, I often read the things then and look at the pictures. Right, main crypt. Oh, it's nice and warm down here, I'll say that for it. Oh wow. Okay. Objectorum Anglicorum. English objects. That's the Roman period. Well, you're getting not just a church, but a museum with this one as well. The Saxon period. Oh, it's lovely and warm here as well. Very nice. Make sure I haven't lost that. We get too close, see what happens. We'll have to get fairly close to photograph the descriptions, but there we are. I hope this place has a toilet. It's desperately cold outside, desperately. The 11th century church. The Wren Centre and St Bride's exhibition. I'm taking photos, so let's get this scarf off because it's a little warm down here, a little free-coiffed. It's going to pause you a minute, guys and girls. That's better. Coat undone, scarf off. 12th century church. can't remember whether I photographed that one or not, so if I get home and find two on my phone, I'll be like, yeah, I did photograph it. 13th century church. So what you've got is the 12th century objects on this side, 13th century, 15th century objects on this side. Oh, it's getting more interesting as we go along. Yes. The clay pipe, the cigarette butt of its day. Let's get my head out of the way. Delft tiles, people went mad over Delft tiles when they came in. Before that they was used to like the slipware and the Tudor green and things like that, so when something very new and different came in, they all wanted a piece of it. We had a couple of pottery factories, and there was one in Bow, specialised in that kind of thing. Plan of surviving remains. And here we've got the crypt chapel here. St Bride's Cross. Traditionally woven from reeds or rushes, the cross is in the form of the ancient of the cross and adopted by the early Christian church in Ireland. That's interesting. I'll be quiet now. So we're going to go and see now. You may think it's disrespectful putting a communion table, Godfrey, so the person's surname is, on a grave. But some people requested it in their wills. One of my ancestors did in the 1500s. Samuel Pepys himself was buried under ye communion table of the church that he's buried in St Olaf's Hart Street. The Printer's Church, that's the one I was looking for. What are we, 22, yeah, this will probably be a part 1 and 2. So I've got to cover that outside yet. All along here. I'll be putting the pictures on as well, so never fear. The Guild of St Bride. Breeches Bible, a popular name for Geneva Bible in 1560 from its rendering of Genesis, and the reason it's called a Breeches Bible because people would, believe it or not, keep something that large in their pocket. There we are. Dr. Samuel Johnson, known as the father of the English, like modern English, basically first dictionary and that. And I don't think we're that far from Dr. Johnson's house. That will be another location that I'll be visiting soon. Samuel Johnson, his dictionary of the English language. The man himself. They think, I watched a programme about Dr. Johnson not long ago, Samuel Johnson, sorry, and someone in the programme thinks that he may have been autistic, which I found very interesting. He had some very, very quirky ways, very, very quirky ways. But yeah, and a lot of autistic people are really, really creative, aren't they? So, it makes you to wonder. We are nearly at the end of this bit. Where it's so warm in here, when I go out now, it's going to be brutally cold. Right. Get a snap of that. And we've got the other bit of the crypt to do around here. Monday, December the 30th, 1940. All the little stinkers. Right. Favourite Londoner. Mr. Pepys. Favourite historical Londoner, rather, I should say. And they go through to the other level. This may be the Roman pavement bit. This is interesting. Pause to read, or I am photographing quite a lot of them anyway, so the legible ones. John MacArthur. These are all the old tombs and everything that would have been destroyed in the war when this place was bombed. We've had everything in this one, haven't we? We've had church, like a churchyard tour, or whatnot, gravestone tour, should we call it, tombstone tour, because these people obviously were old parishioners at this place, And of course they are, or were, living people and memories, and this is their life, or was their life. Someone loved them, didn't they? Memorial tablet to Carey Stafford. Got these creaky stairs. And this is all the old structure that we're seeing here, which is very interesting. Oh dear, what have we got here? A coffin. Safety for the dead. Good Lord. Well, you do expect to see it in a crypt, don't you? Until the late 19th century. Ah, yeah, it's the body snatchers. So you'd have a lockable coffin, iron coffin. And yeah, they put them deep underground. They put iron stones around them and everything. Iron fencing around them, sorry. And there is more. So, a place that keeps on giving. Oh wow, look, a little sanctuary chapel. That's very beautiful and peaceful. HMS Worthy, 1895 to 1916. HMS Worthy, 1894 to 1918. I'm sorry about my reflection being in the thing. Gentlemen, got all your names. Well, I've very much enjoyed this one, I must admit. And the show is not over yet. This crypt would have been cleared out after the war, and more than like turned into this. Well, not more than like, but turned into this probably, more than like around that era. Sorry, I don't explain myself properly. And I know that can be very, very frustrating. Right. So, well, we've covered the whole of the inside in my 30-minute mark, so what I'll do is an outside one, and that'll be part one. So, as is my norm, I've already explored the inside, and you'll see the outside first. There we are. A complete facsimile to William Caxton's translation of Ovid's Metamorphosis. William Caxton was around in the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, I believe. No, sorry, I'm totally wrong. Master Caxton was the, I believe the first person to print books in England. In Caxton 49 was confirmed. Yeah, forget the. Who am I thinking of? Carrington, I think. Queen Elizabeth I's godson. Church bench from the Wren Church. Oh wow. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth I's godson. basically he wrote books and things and whatnot, and he invented the Jakes, which was a flushing kind of toilet, and wrote a sort of homily on it, which kind of involved the Queen a little bit, and she was not happy about that. Queen Elizabeth I. It was her godson. I can't remember his name at the moment. There we are. Get a better one of that because I took that on the at an angle. Right. Well, guys and girls, I hope you all enjoyed this one as much as I have. A very good explore. Some decent explores today so far. This is second church. Right, I'll end this one here because then we need to find where I can put a cash donation in. If you can put a cash donation in, some of them don't do cash. Right, so we'll see you in a minute. Well, no, you won't. This is the end of this one. I am going to film that outside and put that on first. Alright, take care all. See you all later.